1,000 points of Death Guard. Tonight we'll be rocking the Inexorable for the army-wide rule. We have a patrol detachment tonight led by a Malignant Plaguecaster. He did pay 1 point for the Putrid Periot Relic, which basically gives him 1 extra psychic power. So he's going to be rocking the Miasma of Pestilence, Curse of the Leper, Gift of Plagues, and Smite, which gives him a good wide variety of things he can do during the game. In the troop section, we have 10 Poxwalkers. Base Poxwalkers, they're more likely going to be doing Spread the Sickness, but we shall see. And then we do have 1 troop section of Plague Marines, 5 Plague Marines, Flail of Corruption, Blight Launcher, Sigil of Decay, Icon of Despair, and then the Power Fist champion in there. In the elites, 5 Blight Lord Terminators, another Flail of Corruption, Blight Launcher. We have 1 Combi Melta in there, and the rest are rocking the Bale Swords. In the heavy support slot, we do have 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. Absolutely love these tanks still, and they have the heavy sluggers on their front mount there, entropy cannons on their side sponsons. And last but not least, we do have 2 Foated Bloat Drones, both with heavy blight launchers. So that should give the Sisters a run for their money as far as the shooting potential. Let's see how we get on with fighting the Sisters of Battle on this beautiful battlefield. So with that said, it does leave us with 2 CP to begin the game with. Not a bad start. We got some stratagems we're going to use. So let's get to the Sisters of Battle, Adepta Sororitas.
This is 1,000 points of Ebon Chalice Sororitas. We got in the front, we've got our Warlord, which is the Canoness. She's got a Blessed Blade, bought Rapturous Blows for her, and also spent a point to get a relic, which is the Iron Surplice of Saint Stella, to make her a bit tougher. Don't know what it's going to be like against these tough plague guys, but see how she does. And then the stock Palatine as my second HQ. This is a battalion. I've got 3 sister squads. One's in front of that Rhino on the right. Each of them 5 girls, each with a heavy flamer. I've got 2 squads of 5 Seraphim. The Seraphim, each squad, 2 of them have the hand flamers. And we got in the other Rhino, we've got some Repentia. We've got a Repentia Superior that is bossing around 2 squads of 4. We'll put them in the Rhino. And we've got Penitent Engines. 2 units of 2 Penitent Engines. And it comes out to 997.
And that leaves us with 2 CP to start the game with. So let's get to the battle. First turn roll, Sunjack is going to roll for the Death Guard. Chris rolls a 4 for Adepta Sororitas, and the Death Guard roll big 6. So Death Guard going first. Let's go over deployment. We are playing Cleanse the Land, as you saw on screen. So deployments are table quarters, kind of kitty cornered from each other. There is a 9-inch bubble down the middle. Just to go over terrain real quick, the industrial silos here are line of sight blocking. It's very symmetrical deployments. No man's land, there's a building on each side that's obscuring and +1 to save if you're inside of it. And in the middle, we have the big industrial structure that will be -1 to hit shooting through it or into it. The Angel is just going to be true line of sight. If you can't see behind her, you can't see, but if you can, go for the shot. All the trees you see are just there for beauty. So with that said, we rolled off for Attacker Defender. Death Guard 1, I chose to be Attacker just to see where Chris was going to drop. He had more units than I, so I went with that. So Chris over here, if you want to go over your deployment, it looks pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I'm going to run the Penitent Engines forward, got the Repentia looking for some place to go and someone to charge. And then other units are out trying to control objectives. Got my 2 Seraphim squads waiting to drop in and light people up.
And Cannon S is here, right? And the
Palatine's right there.
Palatine's S, so kind of left and right of that. And then on the Death Guard side, we are on my right flank. We do have a unit of the Plague Marines with the Malignant Plaguecaster. And then dead center on the home objective, we have 10 Poxwalkers. 2 Plague Burst Crawlers are kind of behind the silos. One's kind of sticking its nose out here, and then the 2 Folded Bloat Drones are behind the tube. So the plan is jump out and see if I can't dull the charge of the Adepta Sororitas. So with that said, the Death Guard going first, let's get to the command phase, movement phase, and all that good stuff. Death Guard first turn movement phase. Here's where we went. On the right flank, we are trying to stay a little bit away from those pennant engines because I just don't think I'm going to bring all of them down. Hopefully 1 or 2. So we are keeping our distance, but we do want to still get some shots on the sisters on Chris's left flank. The Malignant Plaguecaster swung over here. Actually, yeah, he's still in cover here. He's going to do some psychic powers, just some blessings. In the middle, the Poxwalker has moved out in the middle here, trying to screen off a little bit more of just a first turn charge, if possible, from those engines. The Plague Burst Crawler moved out. We're still going to get -1 to hit through the industrial structures, but we're going to take an attempt. Same thing on the left flank. Plague Burst Crawler moved out just to get true line of sight with all his guns. And then the Folded Bloat Drones, 1 jumped left with this tank and 1 jumped right with this tank. So it is all about the shooting phase. Like I always say, if I can put a dent in anything coming at me first turn, I'll take it as a positive. So we're going to go right into the psychic phase. I'm going to cast, I'm kind of out of range for most of the stuff, but we are going to do Miasma of Pestilence just on this unit to stop any pitter-patter of shots going through onto them. So I need a warp charge of 6. We got a 3, so I'm not going to re-roll that one just because that was just a bonus anyway, so that failed. So let's get to the shooting phase, the one that matters, and let's try and light up some of those pennant engines. So I think I know what I'm going to do. Turn the page right away on where I need to be. We're going to start our shots with the Folded Bloat Drone on the left, and then we're going to kind of go around off to the right here. So on the left, the Folded Bloat Drone is equipped with the, what is it called? The Heavy Blight Launcher. So it's Assault 6. We got 36-inch range on this, so we already ranged that in. So 6 shots on the left unit here, Chris's right unit of pennant engines. Now they're squads of 2, so let's see what I can do against them. We are hitting on 3s normally, but 4s because we are firing through some of that industrial structure. So hitting on 4s. Well, we dropped 2, so we have 4 hits. Now toughness on a pennant engine, I believe, is 5, right?
5, yeah.
So we have the gun itself is strength 6. So we're wounding on 3s, and these are plague weapons. So plague weapons allows you to reroll 1s. So I dropped 1. Do I reroll that because I believe you have a 4-up save, right?
Yes. And a 5-up Feel No Pain.
5-up Feel No Pain, but no invul, right?
No involvement.
Okay, so that means this would be a damage to, it's -3 normally, but with Armor Attempt it goes to -2, so you're getting a 6-up save with a 5-up shrugs. You know what?
I don't think Armor Content applies to the penitent engines.
Oh, they don't? I thought it was all Imperium.
Oh, it's power armor.
All right, we had to have a little quick chat about Armor Contempt and that. Lesson learned on that one, they apparently do not have the Adepta Sororitas keywords in there. So what did you say? They're Ministorum units?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they will not get the benefit of Armor of Contempt. So this will rip through them, but they will get their, what basically the shrugs, the Feel No Pains. So you know what? Since this is a wound roll, I will spend 1 CP and just use that up right away for a 3-up reroll. Still a 2. It's always a 2. You gotta shake that dice. So Chris, if you want, it does 2 damage apiece, so that's 2, 4, 6. So that's 6
and the
shrugs.
AP was what?
AP was -3.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 6 dice. We'll take these out here, and we're shrugging on 5. You said, or 6?
5.
5. Okay. All right, so half of them. So he only took 3 damage. So I believe you are down. They have 5 wounds, I think. So down to 2. All right, so that's the first shot on this guy. Let's go to the Plague Burst Crawler. Shooting at that same unit. Let's start out with the mortar, the Plague Burst mortar. So that's D6 shots. Let's. That's a 2. We'll keep it. Usually, if it does stay on the table, we keep it. So 2 shots here. -1 to hit. So we're hitting on 4s. 1 hit, 1 miss. And then we are strength 8 on this bad boy, so this would be 3s to wound as well. So 1 more wound, Chris. We will put, since it's all the same tank, we'll put that aside, right? It's all the same shooting. So the 2 entropy cannons next. Hitting on 4s because of that. 1 miss. And this entry cannon is strength 8 as well, so 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s, so that's another 1. So one of each. And then the heavy slugger. Not a slugger, I'm not an orc. I'm a death guard, so it's a slugger. This is 4 shots. Range 36, 2, so we're hitting on 4s. Pow, pow, pow. We got 1 miss. And this is a mighty strength 5, so wounding on 4s because we average out. So we got 1 wound apiece, Chris. 1 gun hits you each. Which one? Doesn't matter.
What are the APs on?
So the first one, the entry cannon, is AP -4, so that will go through you. And that's D3 plus damage. D3 plus 3. So that's a big 6 there. So we'll roll the shrugs on this.
And he's gone.
All right, so the first one wounded is gone. And then the next one is the Plague Burst Mortar, and that one has a -2. So you get a 6-up save on that.
1?
Yeah, 1 dice. 6 up. Okay, and that does 2 damage. So 2 more on the second one. And the last one is just a heavy slugger, so it's -1, so you get a 5-up save, and it's only 1 damage.
5 up.
And it saves it. Protection of the Emperor. So that is it for my left flank. Let's go over to my middle. We still have line of sight on that. Which one should we leave? So he's down to, or she's down to, 3 wounds on that one. Let's begin our shots with... So if he falls, I won't actually be able to, true line of sight, I won't actually be able to see those 2 other pennant engines with either of those units. So I think what we're going to do, let's start out with the photo bloat drone. Yeah, so that's 6 shots with that. -1 to hit because we're going through cover. Hitting on 4s. So we dropped, just like last time, we dropped half. Right on average on that, I guess. And we said heavy blight launcher is strength 6 versus your T5. So this would be 3s to wound. Boom, boom, boom. We got 3 wounds on you, Chris, at -3. So that should go through you. So 2, 4, 6 damage to shrug.
You said that same unit?
Yes, correct. He's looking to stop 3. Nope. No. All right. And those don't blow up, right? Those are just... Yeah. So brought those low. Now, like I said before, with that one gone, it's a perfect lineup. Chris deployed perfectly behind his angel there that he's trying to reclaim. So with the Plague Burst Crawler, I'm going to have to cut away here and do some measuring, and we'll have a think on the second Plague Burst Crawler. All right, so we had to think and measured some things out with the reduction of the pennant engines on that flank there. What we're going to do, the entry cannons still have range on the Repentia Rhino, so we're going to try and soften that tank up. I don't know if we'll blow it up, but if it goes off, it has the potential. And then we're going to do the heavy slugger just into some pitter-patter into these sisters on Chris's left flank. And then I'm paying 1 CP point, so I am down to 1 remaining for Disgusting Force Stratagem. You played on in the shooting phase on Plague Burst Crawler. It's basically bringing the 2 damage to a 3 damage for the Plague Burst Mortar part of it, and then it does some splash damage later on after the shooting phase, or after it's shot. So let's get to it. the mortar's going to be shooting at the pendant engines. So D6 shots on this. That's a big 6, people. That's a good one. Leaves us with 6 shots. Now, we are still shooting through cover, so it's going to be -1 to hit. So 4s to hit. Oof, it is definitely, all of them hit there. That one is good. And this is strength 8 versus the 5, so this would be 3s to wound. Re-rolling 1s because of a plague weapon. All right, so 6 total wounds went through. That was all savvy, but this is the Plague Burst Mortar with the Disgusting Force on it, so each one does 3 damage. We'll probably do just 3 at a time for the shrugs, because there are 2 units in there, and we don't want to make sure we're, spreading wounds. So the first one does 3. Chris will do 3 shrugs. So it takes 2. So he's down to 3 on 1. The next one takes 3. It's just 3, 3, 3. So that one is dead. And then the next that's 12. So for the last one. So yeah, it's gone. Right? Yep. So the pendant engines have been nullified. And then 3 inches from them, I believe that will be your Canoness and your... yeah. 3 inches.
Yep.
All right. So let's read this real quick. We can put it up on screen too as well. But after that model has shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more of attacks, which was that one. Roll 1d6 for each other unit within 3. On a 4 up, they suffer 1 mortal wound. So you can roll 1 for the Canoness and 1 for the Sisters.
Well, and there's the Palatine as well.
Oh, yeah.
So on a 4 up, they take mortal wound?
Yep. Just 1.
Shouldn't you roll?
Should I roll?
Because you're doing the damage.
Yeah, you're right. I should roll. Okay, over here. Canoness. Boom, boom. Takes a wound.
Okay.
The Sisters takes a wound. And was the Palatine within 3, you think? I think she might have been out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that is it for the mortar part of things. Now let's do the entropy cannons, and this is at the Rhino over there. So 2 shots, it is still -1 to hit because we're shooting through the industrial structure. So hitting on 4s, we drop 1. The Rhino, what's the toughness on a Rhino? 6? 7?
Toughness on a Rhino is 7.
7. So this is an entropy cannon, is strength 8. So 3s to wound, re-rolling 1s. We do get through with 1 wound, and this is the D3 plus 3. Your save is 3 up.
3.
So I have a -4, but you are Adepta Sororitas on a Rhino, correct?
Yes.
So it goes down to a -3 instead of a 4, so you have, well, it still goes through you. Any info?
Yeah, 6 up.
6 up info on the Sisters Rhino. So 1 6 up is needed. And then this does D3 plus 3. So 4 wounds. Or 4 damage, I should say. Any shrugs on a Rhino? Okay. And then last but not least, the 4 shots from the Slugger on the Sisters across. There. So still hitting on 4s because we are shooting through cover. So that's 3 hits, and this is strength 5 versus T3 on the Sister. This should really be T4, but I guess, 1 less than a Marine. This isn't a plague weapon. So 2 wounds at -1, but that is nullified by the Armor of Contempt, so 2 regular saves. Double 6, they like it. So that's that for that, people. On the right flank, we have 1 more unit of bubonic plague Marines. Let's start with, we did range this all out, so let's start with the Blight Launcher first at the Sisters. Now, this looks like an open shot, so we're going to be hitting on no minuses, but let me just pull up the stats real quick. A Blight Launcher, a standard infantry Blight Launcher, is 2 shots, and we are hitting on 3s. Oh, double 1s, actually be hitting on 4s. No, it doesn't matter. Double 1s. So Blight Launcher missed. Next up will be, we have 2 Marines with the bolt rifles. So 2 shots with that. And that's rapid fire. Maybe 3s to hit. 2 hits, 4 against 3, gonna be 3s to wound, 2 wounds, and -1, not -1, so 2 regular saves. Boom, boom, they like it. And the pistol will be out of range, of course. So that is it for shooting. That was healthy. Getting rid of those pendant engines. I don't think we have any morale checks to take. So let's get to bottom of turn 1, Adepta Sororitas. Sororitas have made their moves. Where'd we go, Chris?
Just advancing, trying to get the... There wasn't a way to get a charge off out of the Rhino with the Repentia, so they just went up and see if they can survive getting shot out of the Rhino, and shot after they get out of the Rhino. Got the girls out of the other Rhino and moved it up, so they're on that objective, and over on my left, your right, moved up there to try to get that objective, and the Canoness moved up in the middle on the center objective.
So we definitely got some board control as far as objectives go. Any shooting? I know we did some advancing over there.
I got a little bit of shooting with
some pitter patter. Okay.
With girls over here.
All right, so let's get to the shooting phase.
I'm shooting at 24.
Yeah, definitely 24.
So you just have 4 bolter shots.
4 bolters, okay. Hitting on 3s because it's a wide open shot. Boom, boom, boom. 2 hits, and I am T5 as a death guard.
Nice. 1.
So 1. And bolters be regular saves. So 3 up. We're good on a 5.
All right.
That's it for shooting. Remember, we got 2 squads of Seraphim coming down and some Terminators next turn, possibly, if we so choose to bring them down. So let's get to the points. Top of turn 2, Death Guard. We did score 4 points with just holding 1. Now, Chris has a lot of objectives on here, so I'm going to try my best to reduce the amount in the shooting phase. But in the movement phase, the left flank here, the floated blow drone that was here, flew up here. We're going to put the pressure, with those pendant engines not being there, and I know the Repentia are very scary, but I do need to push up the field and try and get on objectives. So we're going to do some shooting in here. Plague Burst Crawler also moved up. He's still doing some screening backfield stuff with the Seraphim. And I decided, I did open up the backfield here for Seraphim Deep Strike, but there's just tanks, so that's just, we'll see if that pays off or not. But this Plague Burst Crawler did move up. The Poxwalkers shambled over. They don't move very fast, but they're in range of this Rhino to see what happens if I can crack it open or not. This Floated Blow Drone is towing in on this objective, but it did put the pressure on up the middle. And then same thing with the right flank. We moved up to take on the sisters further afield. Now, I did choose to bring down the Terminators in bottom of turn, or in turn 2 here in the movement phase, just because my reasoning is they are so slow. If they do fail their charge, they have to start moving in turn 3, 4, and 5. So that's the strategy there. You know, if the Seraphim come down and then they countercharge, so be it. We'll have a fight. So let's get to the psychic phase next, and then the shooting one is once again a very important shooting phase. Phase. We have the Malignant Plaguecaster over here. We're going to target these units here just because I believe they're the closest as far as the measuring goes, but he can cast 2, so I'm choosing Curse of the Leper and Smite. I'm going to do Smite first just to see what happens. So for Smite, we need 5. Nope. Failed on a 3. And then last, Curse of the Leper, I believe I need a 6 for Curse of the Leper. We rolled a 7. Now that would give the special rule that he has, what is it called? It's called Pestilential Fallout, if I said that right. But nobody's within 12 of him, so he's not giving additional wounds. So Chris, do you want to do your stratagem?
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially the stratagem, if we're understanding it, it's a 4 or better. He can deny that roll.
Yeah. I don't think I can use a miracle dice for that.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
We're going to check on the miracle dice usage of that because Chris does have a 5, a 6, and a 2. So he could just auto pass that if he can.
For advanced charge, hit, wound, save, damage. No, I don't think so. Okay.
Doesn't look like it. All right, so 4 or better, Chris will deny me.
There's the point on paying.
Okay. So just a straight up 4-bet. He does. All right, so no Crystal Leper and no Smite. That was a quick psychic phase. Let's get into the shooting here. We do have some much needed things to knock off sisters if I can. So we're going to start actually just with the pitter patter, as I like to say. We're going to do Blight Launcher here, and then bolters, and let's get to the meat and potatoes of things. All right, had to do some measuring, but let's get to the Blight Launcher here, people. This is open shot. So we have a 3-up to hit because it is an assault weapon. I dropped 1. And toughness is 3, strength 6 on a Blight Launcher, so 2s to wound. 1 wound there for the Blight Launcher. Let's get to the bolt pistol, or the bolt weapons. Not in rapid fire range. 1 hit and 3s again will wound, nothing. All right, so just 1 save for the sisters at -2, which goes to a -1, so 4-up. Got it. Okay, so that's it for the shooting over there. Let's get to the stuff I need to do. So we want to crack open this rhino, but we also are going to shoot. Let's crack open this rhino. So we're going to do entropy cannons into this Repentia rhino on here to see if we can't open it up. We will then do the heavy stubber, or the heavy slugger over into this unit. And we're going to do the Plague Burst Mortar at the Canoness. Now, from our understanding of the rule, Lookout Sir rule, she is not within 3 inches of anybody, so she still can be targeted. So I'm going to be doing the Plague Burst Mortar at her. She has 5 wounds left. Yes, I will. I'm going to spend the Disgusting Force on this tank here. This is the same stratagem we used last time. It just makes the damage 3 versus the damage 2. So spending 1, we're down to 2 CP. So let's get to this one first. So the Plague Burst Mortar, the one that we want to try and kill that Canoness with. I know she does have some good saves, right? She got invul. So D6 shots, 4 shots. And this would be hitting on 4s because we are using our out of line of sight action. We hit with all of them. Toughness on Canoness is still 3, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so this would be 2s to wound, re-rolling 1s because of... All right, don't have to re-roll. So that's 4 of them. And this is at -4, which goes to a -3 with your Armor of Contempt. I'm sorry. This is -2, so it goes to -1.
So her Iron Suppose gives her 2-up save, so she got 3s.
3s, yep, 3 better. I got 4 of them.
How many of them?
4. 4 3-ups. Is she holy? Uh-oh. Reroll. Could reroll 1 of them. They are doing 3 apiece, so that would be a total of, that's 9.
It's still enough to kill her.
Or 2 apiece. Yeah, 3 apiece, yeah. Yeah, it would be. So, Did she have any shrugs?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so she does perish by the Plague Burst Mortar rounds. Unlucky roll there with the 3 2s. The next up here is the entropy cannons at this Repentia Rhino. Let's see here. 2 shots. Yeah, it's an open shot, I think. So, hitting on 3s. Do I reroll? Did I reroll? I didn't reroll. Let's spend 1 reroll to reroll that 1. Oh, still a 2. Okay. So, what did we say rhinos are? Toughness 7, yes. Yeah. So this would be 3s to wound. Oh, should have saved that reroll. So entropy cannons did not touch that one. Then we have the heavy slugger shooting at the sisters upfield on the objective over there. So heavy slugger.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
No, go ahead. Do we have shrugs?
No. Attack rolls of 1 to 3 always fail against her, and I don't know what you're at 4s anyway, right?
I had to hit 4s, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we are shooting through there. So 4's the hit on the sister. So 2 hits. This is strength 5 against 3s. So 3's to wound. And not a plague weapon. So just one regular save on the sister's field there. 3 up.
The one's over here?
Over there on the far one. All right. So 1 damage on one sister over there. Okay. Next up, let's do this one. This Plague Burst Crawler will shoot everything it has into... Let's do Entropy Cannons on the Rhino. Let's do Plague Burst Mortar on the Sisters on Objective 2 there. And then we'll do the Slugger on the Rhino as well. So let's do Slugger first. Hitting on 3s because we're straight open in the open. 5 against toughness 7 will be 5s to wound. So that's 2 wounds with the Heavy Slugger. Then we have 2 Entropy Cannons. Hitting on 3s. Oh, 1 and a 2. And I have no more rerolls. That's a lucky Rhino there. So the Rhino only takes 2 wounds. 2 wounds at -1, but it goes down to minus nothing. So this Rhino here, so 2 3-ups. Okay, so brought it down to 4 wounds. All right, and then the amount of shots with the mortar all the way across the field on those sisters. The big 6. All right, hitting on 4s because I do not have line of sight. Ooh, not a good roll there. Just 1. Just the 1, and this would be wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s because of plague weapon. So 1 wound, and this is -2 goes to a 1, so 1 4-up save for your sisters over there. Okay, so 1 more dies. All right, well, I don't know if I'm going to crack the tank because floated bloat drones are strength 6 weapons. They're not designed to kill tanks. They're designed to kill stuff. So what we're going to do is this guy into the sisters here. 6 shots. Assault 6 weapon. Hitting on 3s. 2 1s. So drop 2. 4 hits. And this is strength 6 versus the T3 would be 2s to wound. Rerolling 1s. That's 4 wounds. At -3 normally, goes to a 2, but you get +1 save in that building, so you are at -1, so it'd be 4-up saves.
How many?
4. So 3 sisters fall. Okay. And then last but not least, my last shooting of the day will be this floated bloat drone at these sisters over here, and 6 shots. And this is a wide open shot. So 3s dropped 2, and 2s to wound, rerolling 1s. 4 more on those sisters at minus. We said -3 normally goes to a 2 with armor contempt. You're not within the building, so it would be -2. 5's the save. Look at that. Save 2. 1 falls.
Yep, 2 falls.
Or 2 falls, yes, sorry. And there's 2 left in that unit, right?
No, there's 3 left.
Oh, I thought that was your HQ.
Actually, you're right. Right.
Okay. So, I cleaned that objective and the Canada's objective. I don't know. Do we charge in? We might as well charge in, I think. Yeah, let's have a think, and then we'll get to the charge phase. So in the charge phase, this is my decision here. We are going to charge this floated bloat drone into both the Rhino and the Sister. I need a 6-inch charge for that combi charge. We're then going to charge the Poxwalkers into this Rhino, and it looks like I need at least a 3.5, so I need a 3-inch for that. So let's do the floated bloat drone first. I do have 1 re-roll if I do roll horribly here, which I do. Spend that last re-roll. In the different phase here. Come on. Oh, and then we also have the Blightlord Terminators, which we didn't shoot. But they are in right there.
You can go back and shoot those.
Oh, thank you, Chris. We'll do that shortly. And then we're going to do this one here, Poxwalkers. They're in with 11, so I will move those. And then let's cut away and then do some shooting with those Blightlord tournament. All right, so Chris was nice enough to let me go back and do the shooting on this because I just haven't. I forgot they were over here. So what we have in this unit, we have one Combi Melta. We're just going to shoot the Melta part. And then we have Combi Bolter, and then one Blight Launcher. So let's start with the Blight Launcher first. Hit on 3s. 1 hit. And a Blight Launcher is strength 6. So it'll be 2s to wound. So that's 1 wound so far. Let's do the Melta next. Hitting on 3s. Misses. Okay. And then the Bolters. 3s. Dropped. 2. And we are in rapid fire range. So, and this is strength 4 versus 3. 3s to wound. 5 wounds with the Bolters. So, Chris, you have 1 wound at -2, which goes to -1. 4 up counts, okay? And then the rest are just regular saves.
How many? 4? 5.
3 sisters die. Okay. And then one quick note, Chris did spend, was a CP and a Miracle Dice to stand her back up with 1 wound. The statue. So that's it. Let's catch up now. She didn't move, right? So 9-inch move, or 9-inch charge. Let's get to it.
Overwatch.
Oh, you Overwatch? Well, I failed anyway, so go ahead and Overwatch. I don't have a reroll on them. So she has a flamer, heavy flamer.
She has a heavy flamer.
Yeah.
And I'll do 6 shots.
6 shots, Miracle Dice.
And I am paying a command point for the Ebon Chalice's stratagem.
Okay.
Which what? So cleansing flames. You get more range, but that doesn't matter. Each time a model that makes it in this unit makes an active flame weapon, an unmodified roll of 4+, the target suffers a mortal wound in addition to any normal damage.
Okay, so 4+. We're looking for 4+ here with 6 dice.
Get 6 dice, and I get a normal. What's their toughness?
T5.
And heavy flamer is.
I think it's 5.
6.
6, nice. Okay,
So
3s.
3s will give.
3s will wound me. 4s will do an additional mortal wound.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of 3s with no 4s.
Normal.
All right, so 4 wounds. Are we gonna re-roll one of those?
I'll re-roll one.
Okay, we got the points. All right, so 1 mortal wound. Put that one, but that's an addition, right? So
That's
so we'll just put another one here. All right, so 5 total wounds, and then that's our mortal wound. Now AP on this. Heavy flamer AP -2.
One. I forget. Heavy flamer AP1.
Maybe 1. So that is nullified. So we're going to take our 2-up Terminator saves with Armor of Contempt. We take 1, and then with the additional mortal wound, another 1. So 1 is down to 1 wound. Yeah. Let's mark. Who is going to take? Actually, by the way, Tabletop Tactics got our coins in from their Lodge campaign. So we're going to use this as our marker. Let's just take the standard non-Melta guy, and we'll put a 1 here. 2. All right, but we did fill our charge there. But our charges went off here and here. Chris does have the points to interrupt, although I don't know interrupting at this stage. I think he's going to wait for the Repentia to be out. So let me move these guys into combat with this Rhino, and then we'll get to the fight. Poxwalkers have moved into combat with that Rhino. I'm not sure if that was a good move or not, but I did it anyways. But let's start with the combat over here against the 6 sisters. I am within the Rhino as well, but I just want to attack those sisters. So a Folded Blow Drone has 4 attacks, and he's hitting on 3s in combat. Nothing else that I need to know, I don't think. So let's do this. Dropped 1. And this is a plague probe. My strength is 6 base on a floated bloat drone, so I am winning on 2s and re-rolling 1s because of a plague weapon. I'm thankful for the plague weapon. Oh, still the 1 in there. So that's 2 wounds, Chris, at -2 normally, but -1 with Armor of Contempt. So that's a 4-up save.
2 4-ups.
2 4-ups. How many sisters are left?
None.
So they have been wiped. And then, I'm sure you don't want to interrupt with the Rhino. So let's get to the Poxwalkers here. Now the Poxwalkers, they do have something I might want to play here. Just to try it out. Let's do it. This is called Mutant Strain. Oh wait, I can't do it. I don't have any points. Never mind. Used them up. So they are just base attacks then. Bummer, I always wanted to try that Mutant Strain thing. But Poxwalkers do have a lot of attacks. They have 2 attacks apiece, so that's 20 attacks against that Rhino. The Rhino is down to 4 wounds. Granted, it's strength 3, so I'm wounding on 6s. Anything else I need to know? Each Curse of the Walking Pox, each time a melee attack is made by a model in this unit, if an enemy model is destroyed, never mind on that one, and Mindless Horde and Fodder. Okay, so nothing there, extra bonuses for that. So I'm going to have to do these in swaves of maybe 10. Okay, first wave hitting on 4s. Zombie. All right, so 4 hits out of 10. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Okay, another 10 for full 20 attacks. That was a little better. Drop 2 on that one. So that is 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 hits. And you are toughness 7, you said, right? Mm-hmm. So this would be 6s to wound. Clawing you. Any 6s. We got 2 6s. Dark Strategy logos for 6s. And I don't think that's any AP. So 2 3-ups. Takes a wound. Clawed the driver through the window. So attacks back. We got 2 Rhinos attacking back.
Yeah, and the first one over by the flying thing.
Yep, floated bloat drone. Floated bloat drone.
Yep. So hitting on 6s.
6s. Okay.
Oh.
And against the Poxwalkers.
Probably fewer attacks. Let me check.
Oh. Yeah, it is bracketed down with 3. Maybe a D3 or something like that. So, interesting.
D3 attacks, yeah. So, 1 attack.
Okay, so that is that for the Death Guard. Let's tally up some points and see where we end up here. So we did ultimately remove Chris from that objective and that objective, but not that one because...
Yeah, I pulled the wrong girl there.
Oh, go ahead. Put it back. I mean, the pulling stuff is... Yeah. All right, so we removed him off of that objective, and we're contesting this objective now. So that was all right. And good play on the Canoness for coming back to life from that one. So you will see the scores on the screen at the end of the turn, but let's get to scoring and Chris's bottom of turn 2. Because he still has Seraphim coming in. The might of the Sororitas have arrived. Here we are for movement phase.
Yeah, these 2 Repentre squads got out, went 2 different ways. The Superior's waiting to give them some boosts. The Canoness ran up to give her hand there. This Rhino backed out of combat and backed over here into this objective. Palatine's hiding out to try to keep some presence on that objective. These guys shuffled over here onto this objective just a little bit, and then brought in the angels. Seraphim landed in that building and in that building there.
They have arrived. So no psychic phase. Let's get to the...
and we're going to play a stratagem that allows them to shoot.
Yes, okay, yep.
You just send the angels.
So that's in the movement phase, so let's get some shooting. Yeah, Chris has 4 CP to use. And they're going to come in and shoot some guns.
All right.
So which one are you going to play him on?
That one, I
All
think.
right, Terminator's over here. So we have 2 hand flamers in there.
We have 4 hand.
4 hammer or 2
girls
two
and
ladies
2
with
each.
double hand flamers. And then the rest are pistols, or we got plasma as well?
Pistols. All pistols.
Okay.
Modeled as.
Okay.
So the 4 hand flamers. And I'm going to... So that's the stratagem for the Deadly Descent. That's a command point.
Okay.
And I'm going to pay a point for that same...
the
same 4 up. 4 ups give additional mortal wounds.
All right, why not? They're against Termies, so.
Yep.
So we have 4d6 attacks, right?
That's for the hand flamers. Yep.
Hand flamers. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah?
Yep.
12 attacks.
These are 12 hits.
12 hits, yeah, flamers.
12 hits with flamers. And
Some dice right here.
they're only strength 3, so I need 6
Fives.
fives.
Yeah, T5.
5s.
5s, but 4s do mortals.
Yep.
Okay. Looking for a high roll here. Not
so
really.
great.
Not really.
So, and not even any 4s. So there's going to be 4 mortal wounds and then 4 savable wounds.
Is it 4 ups or just 4s that do mortal?
4 ups.
Okay, so that's 4 mortal wounds.
Yeah, 4 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
And then 4 savables.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm going to put 4 mortal wounds there to mark it, and then 4 savables. And I believe the Armor of Contempt nullifies the hand flamer.
There's no AP.
Okay, so 2 ups. So we're good on that, and I take 4 mortal wounds. So that should kill the fella here, and then another one. So who should we kill? Let's take the Melta. I don't think he's necessary right now. Okay, that's 2 down. I'll put them over here. And then you got your pistols, right?
Yep.
So 2, 4, 6.
4, 6 pistols. Hit on 3s.
Wondering on
5s.
nothing. Mortals is what you want, right? Okay. Now we're going into the real Schustein phase. So you could do that again, right?
I am ready to do that again. So, because it's a different phase, I can use that
Yeah,
stratagem.
that's my understanding of it. Yeah, movement phase goes to shooting phase. So 4s will do mortal wounds again.
So let's see how many shots with the 4 hand flamers. 12 again.
12, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 12. So 5 ups are regulars and 4 ups are additional mortal wounds.
Another kind of low roll, but we got some mortal wounds.
All right, so
5 mortal wounds.
So we got 5 mortal wounds
And 4 regulars.
4 savables. Yep.
Okay. I'll just take those. So we take 2 more. So that's a total of 7. That might actually clear them. There's 3.
No,
Oh,
it's
no.
2 more.
2 more. So 2 more dead. Let's leave the blight launcher. Okay. And then pistols again.
Yes. And did he take a wound? Is there 7?
Yeah, he's down to 2, right?
So we've got hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s.
Drop 2. 5's the one. Ooh, they don't like it. Hoo-yah! Down to 1. Okay, I'll just slide that over there and put a 1.
He's out of range of this flamer. 12 inches.
I think you're good. Oh,
Yeah, he's just in. I knew that was going to
I'll
be
let you do that.
dangerous, but it looks cool. Move down there.
Okay.
It's another heavy flamer.
D6.
So that's strength. Heavy.
You
Let's try a heavy flamer. It is strength 6.
No, 3's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're right, there were 5.
Yeah, 5 hits, auto hits, and then 3 ups to wound. So I'll drop 2.
So
3 wounds, and we said, well, it was minus,
AP -1,
minus
but
1
you,
armor contempt. So we're still alive.
Okay.
With 1 wound remaining.
And then there's a
One
bolter,
bolter.
bolt gun over there.
Rapid fire.
Yep.
2 shots. 1 hit. 5's the wound.
Yep.
No wounds.
All right, so he's there.
Rinse and repeat on this side, maybe?
Yeah, can't use the same stratagem though.
Yeah, no more wounds, but you still got your flamers, right?
Yep. So I've got
46 flamer. There's a big double 6,
14.
but double 1, so a little bit better than last time.
So 14.
14 auto hits, and this is strength 3 versus 5s. 5's the wound again.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 5 full.
Ooh, I got some dark strategy 6s in there. Looks like 6. 6 wounds. And this would be a 3-up save for these fellas. So we take 1 wound on that guy over there. So, and then pistols, right?
My 3 up? My 3 up? 2 up?
They're not Terminators over here. These are just Plague Marines, yeah. Yep. So 1 wound over
Their
there.
armor contempt, doesn't it? Look?
Armor Contempt nullified your AP, but you didn't really have AP on that one, so yeah.
And then bolt pistols. 3s and 5s.
Drop 2. And picked up 1. 1 3-up. Takes another wound. I think that's a dead guy. Anything else in that one?
I think that's what we got over there.
Okay.
And
So Rhino fell back. Won't be able to shoot. This Rhino could shoot into combat if it wanted, because vehicles can do that these days. So might as well. Stormbolter. Sure. Got Stormbolter is what, 4 shots rapid fire, right? But he is bracketed down, so I'm not sure.
sure.
Yeah. He's at 3 wounds.
So he's hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s after fire 2. 2. Toughness of those guys is?
Bad, so you beat 3s, yeah. Okay, so, actually not too bad. I mean, they're poxwalkers. And then I'll just go through them, so 1 guy dies. Okay, I'm going to take this guy here. Repentia don't have any guns, but
Cannon has a pistol.
yeah, she
No,
did
she
it.
advanced.
Yeah, she advanced.
The
The whip lady. She have a pistol? Grenade?
Does have a grenade. She has a pistol and a grenade.
Okay. Actually, I think they would have been hitting on 5s with that because of, but that's fine. We were fine. Because vehicles, I think it's -1 to shoot in combat, but whatever. It's a minor detail. Stormbolter. What she got? She a pistol?
She's gonna shoot a pistol.
Okay. At the
She's gonna shoot a pistol at this.
Okay. Hits. Probably 5s or 6s. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That's it. All right. So
Shooting.
the main thing. I'm gonna take my casualty out before I forget. I'm gonna just take a regular dude here. Actually, they're not all regular. So we lost the Sigil of Decay guy. Shooting is done. Assaults. That's what matters.
All right.
Let's see these double-handed chain swords in action.
Yeah.
It's like a double 1. You're auto in, but go ahead, roll just to see what you get.
So we'll get in there.
I'm assuming you're going in
Over here.
to the Poxwalkers. Roll 7.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Commence chainsaw sounds. And then is the...
Canoness is going to use a command point to do the Holy Rage, and she can charge if she advanced.
Okay.
She did. She advanced, get close.
She is mad. Where's she going? She going Poxwalkers or drone?
She's gonna go Poxwalkers, but
Okay.
we'll see what side it goes. I might want to get her, try to get around here. We'll
Sure.
see.
She rolls an 8.
Yeah, I think she'll
That's
get
healthy.
Here. Nah, she'll do it over here.
Okay. Well, that's your, you said Canoness?
Yeah, the Canoness, that's right.
She got 1 wound left? Is that what that dice is?
Yes.
Okay.
1 wound left. And I think she's gonna stay here so she can give her, they get re-rolls. of
Sure,
1,
yeah.
so she's gonna stay out there.
She's
Okay.
equidistant in providing that.
All right.
Okay.
Give me a second to look some stuff up, and then we can
Yeah,
start rolling.
yeah, and I have no points to intercede. Not that I would, but let's get to it.
All right, we'll start over here. We got this right. We've got 2 attacks coming each from 4 of the Repentia. They're doubles, and so they're normally hitting on 3s, but the big swords make them hitting on 4s, but they reroll because they're zealots. So hitting on
So 8 attacks, hitting on 4.
4s, rerolling.
That was hell. Ooh,
Okay.
Boom, boom. Don't even need
Take
a
that.
reroll. And then the wounded on 2s.
So it's 6 versus 4, which is normally 3, but the superior over there gives them +1 to wound.
Yep.
So 2s.
2s to... Okay, so drop 1 out of all that. So 7 wounds. Any multiple damages on this?
They're 2 damage each.
So 2 damage each. It makes it a little tricky. I'm going to take that 1 out. So that's 7, right? So 7 dice. Now, the words, if we're using the words, what's the word? The word is unending horde. They ignore on 6s. So I'm going to roll 2 dice for every one of
They have
these.
2 wounds each.
Just 1 wound apiece, but you do 2 damage apiece. So I have to roll double 6s to keep these alive. So 1 guy's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 dead. Keep only 2. Another guy dead. Another guy dead. They'll all be dead, but you never know. I can roll 8 double 1s. Okay. 2 more to go. There's 1 6, but not enough. And last, double 6. Oh. All right, so 7 guys, 7 Poxwalkers do die. I will take them away from the Canoness because I don't want her to fight.
That was a mistake. I should have attacked her first, but lesson learned.
It's 2, 4, 6, 7. So I got 2 Poxwalkers left, which leaves the Rhino to finish them off, maybe. You never know.
Sure.
But he goes last. So the Canoness, she's out now, right?
Yeah, because she can't. That's
All
not
right.
cancel it.
So now we go back to attack. So let's go back to these people.
6. So that's 8 re-rolling.
So hitting on 4s, re-rolling.
Yep.
So we dropped only 2. She's rolling good on this one. And then 4s again.
Yep.
All right, so drop 2. 6 hits. And this is toughness 6.
So 4s.
So 4s to wound, but 3s because you're adding +1 to wound. So we dropped 3. And the AP on this one, because this will matter.
AP on those is 3.
AP 3 goes to 2 with Armor of Contempt. So I got a 5-up regular save or a 5-up invo. We'll just say this is invo because he's a demon engine. So I stopped 1, takes 2. They do 2 apiece, but with Disgusting Resilient, not cease 1 down to 1 apiece. So takes 2 total. Put that over there. And I forget, it's 9 wounds, so he's down to 7. So now we go to people that didn't charge, and I believe it goes to mine first.
That's right.
And then back. So I'm going to stay in with the Rhino. Might as well just do the Rhino. So I got 2 attacks apiece. And we're hitting on 4s. 2 hits. And we're wounding on 6s. Nothing. Okay. And then it goes to your Rhino,
My Rhino.
which I think is D3 attacks, right?
Yep.
1 attack. And no hits. All right. And now we go to the Floated Bloat Drone, which has 4 attacks with its Plague Probe. And I have to, sorry, let's get back here. 3 ups to hit. Oh, and so So I'm facing 4 Repentia, huh? So 3 ups to hit. All right, so all of them hit. And this is Strength User. Is a Repentia a T3?
Yes.
Okay, so this would be 2s to wound, and it is a plague weapon. 2s to wound, plague weapon, rerolling 1s. Come on, don't make it 1 again. Okay, so that's 4 wounds on you, Chris.
All right.
And it does 1 damage apiece. It's -2. Do you get Armor of Contempt? Are they Adepta Sororitas as well?
They do, but they're 7-up saves.
Oh, okay.
So they get their 6-up invuln for being sisters, and then they get a 5-up feel no pain.
Okay, so 6 up and a 5 up.
So 4 of them, right?
4, yes. 4.
Okay.
4
So these are for the
Repentia
Yep.
over here.
Yeah, so these are my 4
6 ups.
invuln saves.
Stops 1.
1 saves, and then 1 damage each. Or?
1 damage each.
So these are the 5-up feel no pains.
5 up shrugs. Shrug 1. So 2 die. Leaving 2 alive. Okay. Okay. So that's wasn't too shabby. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That's it. So we did all of our attacks. Let's do some morale checks here.
Well, again, I need to consolidate.
Oh, consolidation. Yes, yes. And then we'll do morale checks. So the leadership 7. Okay.
Leadership 7, so they're okay.
All right. So Chris just rolled for the Repentia. He rolled 5 right on 7 to what he needed. And then over here, they took a beating. Over here, the Death Shroud Terminators, or not Death Shroud. Yeah. They lost 4. So I need a 4. So that guy, that was an unfortunate blunder. He runs. He only had 1 wound left anyway. So that was a good move on the double mortal wounding things. Good stratagem.
Good stratagem.
And then Poxwalkers are there because they're just mindless. They don't take morales. So Chris scored some good points on that one. 12 points for primaries. Probably scored another 2 or 3 for the secondary primary, and then we'll get to our secondary. So see it on the screen, and we're heading into turn 3. Top of Death Guard, turn 3. We did score 4 points for primaries. Still not getting into the primary business here, but we are trying to push these sisters back. If I can get Chris down to only scoring 4 points for primaries, that is my main goal here, plus scoring some secondary stuff. So in the movement phase, this Plague Burst Crawler, he can't really lip around this edge here, but he did move forward as far as possible because he wants to get as much shots into that Repentia. Speaking of the Repentia, the forward blow drone did fall back up onto that gantry. I think from the measurements, we are contesting that with the Rhino. If you go straight down, that's the thought at least. In the command phase, big thing here. Deadwalk again. I had 2 CP, paid 1, brought, what did I bring back? 6 back.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 8 back. As the fluff says, they don't care if they die, they just come back. This Plague Burst Crawler just gunned his engines 9 inches forward up on there just to move forward here and do some shooting. Over on my right flank, the Plague Voted Bloat Drone moved up. Again, he's going to put some pressure on this on the Seraphim here. And in a big roll, I spent my last CP for a reroll because I rolled a 1 on my advance to get onto this objective. Because we are just secured, nobody on here is. So, needed to get there, rolled a 1, did a reroll, rolled a 2, and it just put me in, lipping in on that objective. So that is okay. Malignant, why can't I remember the wizard? Malignant Plaguecaster moved up with them as well. He's going to do some Mortal Wound stuff. So that's it for movements. Unfortunately, I am missing my Death Shroud Terminators. They are very missed. Chris did a really good job taking those out with Mortal Wounds. So that's the plan. In the Psychic phase, I am going to do Smite first on to the Seraphim on a 5. I rolled a 9, so that's not a super smite, but with his special rule, if he rolls a 7 or more, it does an additional mortal wound. So 1 mortal wound takes it from the special rule. Are you going to attempt to deny that?
What's the other ones?
Curse of the Leper, I roll 7 dice, and then I go off your toughness, which is now T2 instead of T3 because of my Contagion.
What's the range of the contagion?
6 inches in turn 3.
Okay. So mortal wounds. No, I'll just take those off of these guys now.
Okay, so the D3. It's the big 5 here, so that's 4 total mortal wounds taken. 3 for the smite and 1 for the rolling 7 or more.
So 4, you said?
4 total, yeah. Yeah, 3 taken from the smite with the 5 roll, and then I rolled a 9 on the actual power. And if I roll 7 or more on the power, it does an additional. It's the severed 7 number of the plague god. And then Curse of the Leper, he's going to attempt to do it on a 6. I rolled a 7, so you're taking the leper goes off plus an additional 1. So they are gone. Okay. So that is it for psychic phase. Now let's get into the shooting. Oh, the main thing here, we're going to start on the left flank. Do we start on the left flank here? We're going to have a think. So with the Seraphim gone, I think the wise thing to do here is to shoot this photo blow drone across into the 2 Repentia on objective 5 there. It will be -1 to hit because I am shooting through their industrial structure. So this is Assault 6 gun. Hitting on 4s. That's about average, right? 3 hits, 3 misses. 4 up. And now you are within contagion range. So you are, not that it matters, but you are T2 now. So 3 hits. And this is strength 6, so 2's the wound. It's a plague weapon, so rerolling 1s. So that's 3 on them. They are in the footprint, so it'd be +1. Let's see here. But you have like a 7-up save, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it goes, it's -3, which will go to a -2 because of armor contempt. And then you have your, what was it, a 6-up invul or something like that?
A 6-up invul and a 5-up field up here.
Okay, so three 6-up invuls.
3 6-up.
Stops 1, stops 2. So, and then these are just 2 damage. So you need to roll 2 5-ups to keep her alive. Rolled 1. The 1 sister falls on objective 5. Okay. Okay. So next up, we are going to do, let's start with this one. We're going to do the heavy slugger into her, of course. See if that can, I don't know. See if that can knock her down. I don't know. Yeah, we have backup though. We have backup. So we're going to do heavy slugger into her. The plague burst mortar into those 2 sisters further afield here on Chris's home objective. And we're also going to do the entropy cannons on them as well to see if we can't. Pausing here for a brief moment. Change of thought. Heavy slugger into her. Plague burst mortar into those 2 sisters. Entropy cannons into this rhino in the middle here. All right. That's what we're going to do. Let's start with the plague burst mortars on the 2 sisters further afield. D6 shots, the big 6. All right. This would be still shooting through that cover. So 6 shots, hitting on 4s. Come on. Don't fail me now. I guess it's average. And this is strength 8 versus T3. So 2's the wound. Rerolling 1s because it is a plague weapon. Yes? Yes, it is. All right. 3 wounds on the sisters, and that is -2, which goes to a -1. So 4-up save for them.
How many of them?
3.
And how much damage each one do?
2 damage each.
Okay.
4-ups. Oh. Got to re-roll if you need to.
Nope.
All right. So they are neutralized there on objective 3, home objective. And then last but not least, the entropy cannons at the Rhino kind of hull down there next to the statue. So hitting on 4s because of the cover. 1 hit. This is strength 8 versus T7, so 3's to wound, the dreaded 2, and no rerolls. So that is, oh, and then the slugger, of course. This is the one that really want to knock her off. So, hitting on 3s, drop 2, strength 5 versus T2, to be 2s. 5 and 6 don't even need that. So, it is -1 normally, but she is a sister, so regular save, well, it should be a 6 up, right?
6 up.
2 6s. And then just 1 damage piece, so 2 5s. Oh! Emperor is with her. She shrugs the heavy slugger. All right, so that is that for that tank. On to my last, yes, my last shot here. Actually, yeah. They did advance, but there's an assault weapon in there, so we'll measure that up last if I need it. But this one here, I have to take her out there. It has to happen, right? So we're going to do Plague Burst Mortar into her, Heavy Slugger into her, and Entropy Cannons. Where do I put the Entropy Cannons? Let's put the Entropy Cannons into that Rhino in the middle again. If I don't drop her, that would be a sad story. So let's start with the Heavy Slugger. Come on. Hit on 3s. Drop 2. Wounding on 2s. Just one, Chris. 1 6 up. And then 1 5 up.
Have you got more coming in?
Plague Burst Mortar, the big one that does 2 damage. He's thinking about. He's got a 5, a 4, and a 3 on his. Oh, she is taking it. She is taking it. All right, now this is the moment of truth here. If I roll a 1 on my D6 shots, a 2. All right, a 2. Hitting on 3s. Oh my goodness! And then wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s. All right, do it again. 6 up. Because she has like a 7 up, right? A 7 plus save.
Yeah, she has a 6 up. And how much damage is it done?
Does 2 damage. Yeah. Because all right, so let's just work this through. So she has a 7 up save, so it would go through it, right?
Yeah. So he's using your 6 up involved.
But let's just see if she has a better save because she is in cover. So this is a Plague Burst Mortar. It'd be -2, which goes to a -1. Yeah. And in cover. Involved? Yeah, it's still a cover. So 6 up. Chris is looking through his cards, looking at his, what do they call it? Spirit dice.
Miracle dice.
Miracle dice. Emperor dice. He's seeing what he can do. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, we'll just do it.
He's gonna do it. 6 up save. 6 up and then 2 5 ups.
Well, if we make it 6 up, I don't need to make it.
Well, yes, right. If you make a 6 up, your life is golden. Should have shot those entropy cannons at her too. Man.
Let me read.
Oh, Chris is reading. I'm just gonna look at this beautiful table here. I don't think this is 24 from him to her though. So.
I'm going to play Moment of Grace.
Moment of Grace.
Pay a command point.
Doesn't sound good for me.
Pay a command point to discard 1 miracle dice and increase this by 1. I'm going to play that to save it.
So she has taken all of the shots. All right. That's the rule. Well done. Well done, Spirit of the Emperor. And then the entropy cannons, which are at the Rhino here. So hitting on 4s, 2 hits, Wounding on 3s, yep. Rerolling 1s, are they yeah, they're plague weapon, thankfully. Double 1. Alright, 1 wound on the Rhino. I believe he has an invul save as well, because this would be -4 normally. -3 with the... Alright, so it does D3 plus 3. 4 damage on it. Should have shot it at her. That is that for shooting. I could shoot him, but he doesn't have any targets. So, actually, yeah, I have the Rhino over there. I might as well shoot my 2 shots from the Blight Launcher. He did advance, but it is an assault weapon. So, let's just pull that up real quick. And fire off a Blight Launcher at a Rhino. You never know. Might chip a wound off or 2. Assault 2. Here we go. So hitting on 4, hitting on 5s. Yeah, nothing. Okay. So it'd be hitting on 4s because I advanced. But you can't modify it past 1 for hitting. But I rolled a 1 and 2, so didn't matter. So that is that, people. It is what it is. I don't think I can do anything. We're gonna have to measure up and see if I can do a 3-part charge into the Rhino, into her, and into that to fit in. If I can't, oh well. It is what it is. So charge phase, it goes over to Chris since there really was no charges. I couldn't fit in there. It just wouldn't make sense for it. So, because that is a wall there. So Chris is going to do 4 Repentia.
2 attacks each, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s because of the cannoness.
Okay.
Zealot only goes off the turn you charge.
All right, so picked up 1 more in there. So 5 hits, and I think you wounded on 2s for these guys.
Strength 6.
Yeah, versus T5 or T4, which go 3 and then 3. Plus 1 to. Oh, are you out of range of?
I think I'm out of range. I need to be 6 inches, and that doesn't look like 6 inches. Yeah, it looks just out of 6 inches.
Okay, so 3's the one, not 2s. Drop 2, so 3 fall if I roll a pair of double 6s. Oh, it's 2 fall. All right. And then it goes back to me. And they do 2 attacks apiece. I wanted to do the mutant strain on this one, but that's all right. I had to use the roll for over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 attacks apiece. Okay, now you are within my contagion range now, so you are -1 to your toughness. Should help the poxwalkers, yeah. So they are hitting on 4s. 2 attacks apiece. This is on the Repentia. Hitting on 4s. Oh, they don't like you. They don't like you at all. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then you're normally T3. Contagion brings you down to T2. I'm strength 3, so this is running on 3s instead of 4s. Oh, still. Also 3. I'll take it. So 3 invuls and then the story of 5 upshots. No invuls passed. Alright, so 3 Repentia fall. Leaving down to 1. Now, I think, let's see, Cannon S. I think she can still get into. Well, she was out of combat.
She wasn't in combat.
Yeah, so she wasn't in combat. So the tank. Yeah. So D3 attacks on the tank.
From the tank.
From the tank. Big 3. Hit on 5, something like that.
6s.
6s, okay. Almost. So that is that. I didn't do all of what I wanted, but I did some things. So let's tally up the points and get to bottom of turn 3. All right, moving phase.
So we just jumped these sisters over here to work with this objective. Had to work some timing on moving, but essentially the Repentia was in here, ran out, the Superior ran out, and then back that Rhino in to get a little bit more staying power on that objective. Yep. This Rhino's that back there. Oops.
She need to run for it.
She's running, trying to see if she can at least get some distraction.
But this Repentia here, she's repented. I think she should become a sister again.
Nah.
No,
she likes it.
She likes the double,
She likes it.
double chain sword. All right, so on to
She's choosing to stay.
Shooting phase, right?
Yeah. No shooting.
No, yeah, there's really not much to shoot.
Yeah, there's no shooting.
Okay, so on to assaults then. I'm assuming these three heroic individuals are gonna go repent.
Yeah, so we'll charge the sister in.
Chainsaw sound.
It's big. It's a big one. Canoness. She's got the one and the mistress.
All right, so they have surrounded the Poxwalkers. So chargers get first charge. Who do you want to start? Who wants to kill?
Sister Awesome is going to attack.
The blessed Repentia. She's full of bullet holes, but still alive.
So she charged. So she's hitting on 4s, re-rolling.
Dropped 1. Dropped 1. And then 2s. Okay, and then I roll a double 6. No, 1 and I falls. Poxwalker, 1. There are 5 left. Then you have another Repentia over there, right?
Well, she didn't charge.
Oh, she didn't charge.
So the chargers will go first, then you can attack. So the Canoness, though.
Down to 1 wound. She's still strong.
Mm-hmm. She gets 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Okay. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, 4 hits.
Okay.
T4.
Before her strength is 3, plus 2 for the Blessed Blade, plus 1 for Rapturous Blows.
Okay, so 3s.
So she's hitting on. She's got, 6. So
6 versus 4 is 3s, yeah.
Yeah.
Any rerolls?
She's got nope.
Okay, so 3 wounds at minus something good, right?
Yeah, minus. The AP is 3.
Okay, and then what damage on that?
2.
2 apiece. So 2 6s again, 1 dead, 2 dead, and 3 dead. Down to 2. I'm gonna leave the commissar, the corrupted commissar, in there. All right.
And then the Repentia Superior. Let me check her out.
Hasn't got into combat yet this battle, so she's fresh.
She's got 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Rerolling 1s because of Canoness.
All right. All hit.
That is strength 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so 3s versus 4s would be 5s.
So.
Doesn't seem right, but.
What's attack? Yep.
And strength user, right? So.
Yep.
Okay.
So 5, right?
5s. This is T4. I still got picked up 3.
Mm-hmm. 2 wounds each.
2 damage each.
Oh, it's 1, and it's plus 1 if the leadership is less than 8.
Okay, so first one dead. Second one dead. They gone. They have cleared.
They're just sitting there naked.
Well, you could pile into, at least the 2 could pile into the Plague Burst Crawler.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
They'll, get shot from the Plague Burst Crawler, but at least they're not shooting out elsewhere.
Well, Plague Burst Crawler can also attack them right now.
That's just true. I don't really have to look that up. So that is the end of combat. So let's get to the Plague Burst Crawler and see what he does. He's healthy. And 4 attacks. Hitting on 6s, of course. Nothing. Okay. So that's it, people. See what the points come up to. Actually, a pretty close game, as you can see on the screen. So in the movement phase, We did score 8 for being on 2. Chris is on 2 currently. So 8 points for primaries there. The Plagueburst Scholar stayed put. He's just going to shoot into combat. This one stayed put as well. He's going to lob his shots where he needs them. These guys moved just to make sure they're on here, and then the Blight Launcher guy, some other shots. He's within range. The Malignant Platecaster moved up. He's going to target that Rhino, see if I can get mortal wounds. The Floater Blood Drone that was on here flew up on top to shoot down or across wherever it needs to. And then this Photo Blow Drone, they're actually both in this kind of industrial structure. Truly now contesting. Before it wasn't. Now it is. This tree keeps falling over.
Now you control because you have 2 guys, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's down. Yep. So, and then shots where it needs to. So, in the psychic phase, we are going to do... the closest thing is the Rhino. So, we are going to do Gift of Plagues. And I'm just doing this to hopefully roll 7 to do a mortal wound to it. But I'm going to give it to... let's give it to these guys here. So I need a 7 or a 6. Goes off with a 6, so it goes off, but I don't get the 7, so that was kind of just wasted. But and then Smite, of course, onto that Rhino. Need a 5. I rolled a 6. Did you want to do that one on a 4 up? Cancel that out. No. All right, so D3 on the Rhino takes 3. So I think it's down to 3.
Yep.
Okay. Because killing vehicles, I still have bring it down. I can, reduce some points. So what we're going to do over here, since I have it, this Blight Launcher is going to fire at the Rhino. It's got 2 shots. He did move. So hitting on 4s, dropped 1. This is strength 6 versus your T7, so 5s to wound. 1 wound. And that is at -2, I believe, which goes down to a -1. Yeah. So yeah, I think you're good, right? Because you're at 3 up.
3 up.
And you're 4 up. All right. So it takes 2 damage from that. Down to 1. Okay. I guess we'll just shoot into combat here. How many people do I have in combat? I have 3. These 3?
Yes.
I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm going to have to look. We had to look up Big Guns Never Tire. Let us know if we're doing it wrong, but from our understanding, it still can shoot all of its weapons. It's just -1 to hit, I believe, if it's a heavy weapon, which all of these are heavy. So what we're going to do, since everything's all equidistant in combat, we have the Canoness in combat, we have the Repentia, and then we have, I forget her name with the whip, but she's in there as well. Repentia Superior. So we're going to do Entropy Cannons into Canoness. Let's do that first. We're going to do Heavy Slugger into the Holy Repentia, and then we're going to do or the Plagueburst Mortar, which seems odd firing into combat, but into the Sister Superior. So here's the Entropy Cannons at the Canoness.
Can you?
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
Yeah.
They are. I'm thinking about targeting characters.
Targeting characters.
But they're just adjacent.
They're all equidistant, so I think you could, right? So here's the scenario. The Repentia is actually truly in base contact. The Sister Superior and the Canoness are still in engagement range, but they're not the closest. So our question, since they're characters, can they still be targeted since they're not truly the closest, but in engagement range? I think we should just play it safe at this point and target the Repentia. So I'm going to actually do... I could probably still allocate, and if she's not alive, then the shots are discarded.
That's right.
Right? I think we're doing that right. It's a little muddy waters in here, but we're going to do the Heavy Slugger into the Repentia that's in base contact. We're going to do the Plagueburst Mortar into her as well. And then if she is truly dead, I'm going to do the 2 Entropy Cannons in the Canoness. If she's not dead, well, then it's lost. So we'll do it that way. Let us know if we're doing that right or wrong. So here's the Slugger. Hitting on 4s because it is a heavy weapon and I'm in engagement range. So that's 4 hits. You are in Contagion range, so you're down to 2. So they're wounding on 2s. It's not. So 3 wounds here. We're back to this is the sister that took all the shots last time. So 3 6-ups. She is truly amazing. And then this is just 1 damage apiece, so she gets a 5-up shrug on that one. Are you gonna spirit her? You got a 6 in there, right?
I got a 6 over there.
You might as well, right? I don't think it hurts you not to. I mean, I'm going to be shooting at the rhino eventually with other things if you need it.
It's
for
just
that.
fun.
She's going to have a purity seal next battle. So are you going to roll it? Or no, you passed it. You ought to pass it. All right.
I 6 for
All right. So she just ate another 4 sluggers. So this is the Plague Burst Mortar. 1 shot. It did not force. Oh my goodness. Should I even reroll that? She's a dreaded. I'm going to reroll that. I have the 1 from this thing. Yeah, she's holy. She's holy.
Yeah, that's how you are.
So,
take that. How you want to act.
There's no points in this at all.
How
But
you want to act.
we're fighting it out here. She's having a good day. Okay. So let's get over to here. I want to bring this rhino. Well, I want to bring this rhino. Actually, I want to bring both rhinos because it's points for bring it down. So what we're going to do is we are going to fire the slugger into this Repentia that's not in combat because I am still going for bring it down or grind him down. Everything else from this tank is going to go into this rhino here. So entropy cannons and Plague Burst Mortar. So let's start with the slugger into the unengaged sister Repentia. And this is straight shot, so hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s because you are within contagion range. So that's 3. Let's start this over again. Let's see if she's holy.
She's one of the new models. She is not.
She's not a veteran.
She's not OG. She's not one of those metal ones. So this is the
6 ups. Yeah. Okay, so past 1, and then it's just 1 damage piece. So 2 5-ups. Made 1. Okay, so she died. All right, now the Plague Burst Mortar. How many shots? 3 shots, hitting on 3s because this is a direct shot here. So 3 hits, strength 8 versus 7, 3s to wound. I believe it is a plague weapon, so rerolling 1s. So that is 3 wounds at -2, which goes to a -1. I don't know, cover-wise, do you have to be wholly within it to get it?
That's fine. No, we'll just do that.
So it'd be -1, it should be 4-up saves. So 2 fast, it would be 2 damage apiece.
You do?
So I think that would blow it up. Does it blow? Would hit a lot of people if it did. No. All right. So even with that, I think I'm just going to roll it just to see what happens. No, they would have failed. So. All right. Do I have enough to bring down the Seraphim? Do the Seraphim have any invul saves?
They got a 5-up invul.
They got a 5-up invul. Whew.
Yeah, Angelic Visage, what gives them
Okay.
extra ones in their shield of faith.
All right, let's just go for the points here, people. We are down to 1 wound here. This is going to fire into that rhino there. Now, we're all in the same structure, so we're not getting -1 to hit because we're all together in it. So that's 6 hit, assault 6, hitting on 3s. I dropped 4. This is strength 6 versus toughness 7. Need a 5 here. Nothing. Okay, and then we're going to rinse and repeat and do that again with the other guy, shooting down at it. I dropped 3. Come on, 5 or 6 here. Nothing. Oh, it is a plague weapon. Nope, not going to do it. So that's it, people, for combat. It goes to you since I did not charge, or nobody charged. So who do you want to attack the Plague Burst Crawler with? Cannon S, see if it does a dent in it.
Yeah, we'll see what Cannon S can do. She's got her 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Her strength is 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I am T8. So Wounded on 5s.
Yeah. Huh.
Two 6s.
Yeah, and I just actually noticed for the Rapturous Blows.
Yep.
Actually, no, it's the miracle. I just have to do it ahead of time. There's a miracle from Rapturous Blows that unmodified 6s are a mortal wound. I have to call that ahead of time. So
okay.
So 2s.
Any reroll 1s on that? On the wounds?
No, not for the wounds. No.
Okay. And that's minus something?
AP's minus 3.
Okay, so it goes to minus 2, which would bring me to a 5-up save. 1 goes through.
3 damage.
3 damage apiece goes to 2, so we'll just mark it there because that's disgustingly resilient. And then back to me. I guess I'm going to fight that sister, the Repentia. 4 attacks, people. On 6s. Come on. Nothing. Okay. Never mind.
She takes it personal. Didn't charge the rolls there. 6 of 5s, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Minus.
With the minus 3.
Minus 3 goes minus 2. Takes a wound. Damage.
Damage 2.
Okay, goes to 1. So 3 total so far. And last but not least.
Repentia Superior. Attacks.
Looks like they all hit.
All hit. But that's user, so winning on 6 is because she's strength 3.
Strength 3, yeah, versus 8. 2 6s still.
6s, yep.
AP.
No AP.
3 ups, we're good. Alright, so that's just a, waste of time over there, but it's cool to watch. So let's get 2 points, and then we're almost done. Right, so movement phase for the Adepta Sororitas. Chris is gonna...
Yep, just backed out over here to... He's got 2 people there, 2 guys there. I'm not going to be able to contest that, but now I have 2 here, so you have to shoot me or come after me to get off of that. These girls shuffled around, make sure they're in range of the fetid, whatever it is.
Foated Bloatrone.
And that's all. The Palatine continued to run over here. She ran across here. And hang on to home objective. Those guys are stuck in combat with Plague Crawler, was it?
Yep, Plague Crawler. Yeah, so sorry for the dog barking, but she's excited. So let's get to shooting phase. So shooting phase, Seraphim are going to target the wounded one, right, Chris? The wounded Foated Bloatrone there?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So he's paying 2 points for...
Cleansing Flames, which gives the mortal wounds on the wound rolls.
Yes,
4 up.
4 up. So he's going to mortal wound it to death, hopefully. So he's got 4 D6 hand flamer shots, because 2 of the sisters have double hand flamers.
So here are
The amount of hits.
the hand flamers. Oh, not great.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
It's 12.
12. Okay, yeah.
So 12.
12 auto hits. He's looking for... what's the strength on a hand flamer? 3?
Yeah.
3, and I am T6 on these guys. T7 actually on these guys. So 6s to wound, but 4s will do mortal wounds.
Mm-hmm. 6s to wounds and 4s will do mortal wounds.
So got 2 6s for regular stuff, but a whole bunch of 4 ups. It's an interesting mechanic, especially when targeting a tougher vehicle. So that's 6 mortal wounds that I can't do anything about.
That's 8 mortal wounds.
8 mortal wounds. So that actually just kills it outright. So that's a beautiful card. Use that one, people.
Gotta lean into the flamers.
Yeah. And I mean, it's pricey. It's 2 points, so you gotta have it, but it is worth it.
Yeah. I think we're doing it right. Let us know.
Yeah. Okay. So any other shooting?
Yeah, 2 bolt pistols.
Okay, against the hull of that. All right. So 3 ups and...
2 to hit and 3 to hit.
Okay, and then 6
6s.
to wound. There's 1. 3 up. Okay.
All right.
And then on to combat.
Combat will start with the Canoness.
Actually, be my attacks first.
Oh,
You can keep that roll if you'd like. I don't care.
Yeah, Canoness is always going to
And guess who I'm going after?
Don't even go
I'm going after
her.
the Repentia here. 4
No.
attacks, hitting on 6. Oh, yeah. That's just one hit right there. What is my strength? There you go. Strength. I'm at 9 wounds remaining. I'm good. I'm strength 7. So you're T2 with my Contagion. So 2 ups. Oh, and he's gonna auto pass something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Takes a tank tread to the face and still lives. So, all right, pile in some more, chipped off some more wounds.
Okay, so that was the Canonesses. It's strength 6, so wounding on 5s.
Yeah, T8, 5.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
2.
so 2, and that's minus something. Minus 3 goes to minus 2, so that's a 5-up save. Save 1, pass 1.
2
does
damage.
2 damage, goes down to 1 damage. So I'll just start adding that to that. So down to 8 wounds left.
And now Repentia. Rerolling 1s because of the Canoness.
Count it. All right.
6, so 5s.
Yeah. And one more. I'll just roll it and see. It takes a wound.
2 damage.
Goes down to 1. 2 damage total.
And
My dog is really excited for this battle. Okay.
And then 3, so you need 6s.
6s. 1 more. We're good on 3. So 2 wounds taken there.
All right.
That's that. See the points on the screen. All right, I think my dog stopped barking, but she's excited. So what we're gonna, in the movement phase, these guys moved over here. They are gonna spread the sickness for more points on this one. This guy just popped over here to screen this objective on this front side. That guy's gone. This guy stayed put. He's gonna put some shots in. And that is that. Oh, Malignant Paycaster did move up to be closer to the Rhino. He's got 1 wound off. If I can just smite him or something. So let's get to that. Let's do smite. And then I'm also going to do, Curse of the Leper. Because if I can roll a 7, it just will kill him. So needing a 5 for smite. I rolled an 8. So just with my special roll, it does smite him no matter what. So that is gone. Does it explode? Because it could kill that. Maybe, probably not. But
This guy here. Yep, explodes.
it explodes. What does it do? D6? It would say in here. I'll pull it up real quick. Got Chris's codex on this side of the table. 6 inches suffered D3 mortal wounds. I don't think it'll kill her. But definitely within 6 inches. So D3.
So 3.
Does 3.
And Elfine has 3.
She has
4.
4. So she had 1 wound remaining. She took shrapnel. That's for sure. So that's it for Psychic Phase. I'll take it because that was bring it down for some more points for killing a vehicle. In the shooting phase, he stayed put. I'm just going to keep shooting here. We did lose 2 wounds last turn, so we're down to 7. 7 points there. Okay, so then he's going to shoot. I guess we're going to do the same thing. Stubbers, or a slugger into the Golden Girl, mortar into the Golden Girl, and save the 2 for the Canoness. So here's the heavy, or the sluggers, hitting on 4s because we're in combat. And I am 7 wounds remaining. We're still on the top bracket. So that's 4 hits, and this is toughness 5 against, now 2 would be 2s. And it's not a plague weapon. So here you go. 3 more. This is the story of this game. She takes 3 bullets from a heavy slugger, or a slugger. So she's looking for 6s. Okay, and then she's looking for 5s. Oh, I still like her though. All right, so then the Plague Burst Mortar is denied, but this goes into the Canoness. So hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Do I reroll? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And then this is 2s to wound. It is a plague weapon, so 2's to wound. There you go. So 1 damage. AP -4 goes to AP 3. I'm sure she has a good invulnerable save of like a 4-up or something. Mm-hmm. You're gonna auto pass that. Okay. Miracle dice spent. So she's alive. So that nullifies that. This has been a kind of a fun little thing to do. Over here, what we're gonna do is Plague Burst Mortar into. She's open now. She's not within 3 inches of anybody, so she's going to be targeted over there with the Plague Burst Mortar. The entropy cannons and the sluggers are going to go into the Seraphim here. So let's go with the Seraphim. This is open shots on the Seraphim. So hitting on 3s, wounding on, you'd be T3, but you are within contagion range, so I believe you're T2. It doesn't matter, 3 and a 4. So 2 wounds on the Seraphim. Let me do the entropy cannons as well. Hitting on 3s, both hit, and this would be 2s. So 2 more. So these are AP nothing. You get +1 to your saves in there. So I believe that's a 2-up save on that guy.
2-ups for those.
So they're good. And then the entropy cannons are -4, which goes down to a -3 for Armor of Contempt, and then an additional +1 to your saves. So it'd be -2. So 3 up, 4 up, 5 up, which is, I believe, your invul save anyways, right?
Yep.
He's looking at his, I don't even,
Miracle dice.
Miracle dice. They spirit dice, miracle dice.
I'll pass 1.
Pass 1.
Automatically.
So 1 5 up. All right. It dies because it does D3 +3. Okay. And then the Plague Burst Mortar at the sister across the way. 1 shot. I'm going to spend a reroll for that. And I do have 2 CP. So 1 reroll, amount of shots. 5 shots. Boom, boom, boom. This is shooting without line of sight, so -1 to hit. Well, I'm shooting through an industrial structure anyways. So 4's to hit. We drop 3. Strength 8 versus that will be 2s, I believe. So 2 dice on her over there. Does she have an invul?
She has regular 6-up invul.
Okay, because normally she'd be at a 3. Well, you actually might be all right. So this is Plague Burst Mortar is -2, so it goes to -1 with Armor Contempt. So you're at a 4-up.
Okay.
So you'd be all right. Well, she only had
how
one.
many? 2 of them?
There's 2 wounds. Yeah,
2 wounds. How much damage each?
2 apiece.
All right. So I'm going to spend 1
Okay.
miracle dice to pass 1 of them.
Okay. So 1 goes away. There's 1 wound here on a 4-up. Good on a 5. So she stays alive. Gotta love those miracle dice. Now what? Now we have this guy over here into the rest of the Seraphim. We got 6 shots. We're in the cover, so we're not getting the -1 to hit. So 3's to hit. Drop 3. And this is strength 6 versus maybe 2's to wound. It is a plague weapon. Nope. So 2 at -3, which goes to a -2, which goes to a -1 because you're in cover. So 4-up save.
4-ups.
4-ups. That's it for shooting, so it'll be a live unit. All right, so 2 more fall.
And we use 1 reroll.
1 reroll. All right, 1 falls. Okay. And just so you know, these guys are spreading the sickness over here, so yeah. They are core and infantry, so they actually just spread the sickness from our understanding of that one. So on to assaults here. Canoness. I'm not going to assault into anything, so Canoness or Sister Superior can attack my Plague Burst Crawler.
Canoness. Roll in.
4 hits.
Strength 6, so 5s.
5's a wound. 2 wounds.
P -3.
-3 goes to -2, which is 3 up, 4 up, 5 up. So 1 gets through. It's 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
So it goes down to 1, down to 6. And then, yeah. Let's do Canoness because you're at 1 wound left. 2 hits. Whoops. What's your toughness on Canoness?
3.
3 goes to 2.
Oh, it's actually... What is it, I think?
6.
Nope. Those wounds get affected by her iron circles. Okay, yep.
Okay, so 2. So it'd be 2s to wound you. So 2 wounds on a 4 and a 5.
2 wounds.
There's no AP to this, so
2 up.
2 up save. He's gonna pass those. Okay, so he's out of his dice for now. And then the Sister Superior, whipping the treads here.
Hits. Needs 6s.
6s. T3 or strength 3. Yeah, nothing. All right, drawn combat. That's it. Let's go on to bottom of the game.
I moved, did some shuffling around. I took the Seraphim and flew them over here to have more models on this objective to contest it. Fell out of combat here to get on this one to still have that one, and then backed my Canoness out over there because it's the end of the game and she wouldn't have to run the risk of getting killed by the Plague Crawler during their first attacks during combat. So sitting there and adding up points now.
Yep, adding up points. You'll see it on the screen. But overall, pretty neck and neck game. I think we did it pretty good. I mean, it's always a bummer when you look back and see something wrong, but I think we were okay. Let us know on some of those questions we talked about in there, because we just couldn't find it in the book, especially in this combat over here. But I think overall was a fun one. I mean, Chris did push forward. Was aggressive. Was a bummer to lose the pendant engines right away, but I mean, that's 9th edition. Usually you do lose a unit or 2 first turn. It's just that first turn hit. And any GW game you play, you have the turn-based stuff. First turn is rough.
The strategy for many Sisters Army is toe the line and pray you go first.
Yeah. Because if he would have got in there, I mean, those pendant engines would be in my face. So the way it goes sometimes. But casualty counts on both sides. Yeah, the vehicles are still sticking around, but there was blood on both sides for sure, and some really cool stories with the Sister of Pensha.
Not a lot on your side. I got the Terminators.
Terminators were big. Poxwalkers, a minor thing, and one folded blow drone. So, but really good on the Terminators. So,
that's a great stratagem for Evan Chalice if you got a bunch of flamers. That's why I had hand flamers in each of the Battle Sister squads. They got beat up pretty bad, but it was there too. He was kind of getting some extra flamers. But that dropping the angelic descent in, firing during your shooting phase when you come in, using that next phase you can use it again. Again, I hope that's right.
Yeah, let us know on that. It sounds right to me. I mean, it's better than the psychic phase, really, when you think about it, as far as mortal wound dealing stuff. If you roll your 4s, you got to roll your 4s. So let's get into the post game. All right, it's a rainy day here in Chicagoland. This is the day after the big battle that we just saw. Was a fun one to play, so don't mind the rain sounds. It is a very loud in the studio with the rain. But let's get to talking about the game itself. It was a fun one to play. I think it was very neck and neck as far as keeping the scores close. Which on this channel, most of the games that we've played thus far on the channel have been kind of in the bag. Turn 2, turn 3, you kind of knew where it was going to go. This one, yeah, the Sisters were getting hit hard, but they were really pushing back with objective points, which was, I think tactically, Chris is a very tactical player. He does play to the points. He does play to the objectives. So that is a benefit in his regard, that he was taking a beating as far as the casualties on his side, but scoring a lot of points along the way. As many as he possibly could. Now, Chris wanted to just sound in and let everybody know he's been a longtime Sisters player. I mean, all the way back till the metal models. He still has the awesome metal models and all that kind of stuff. But he wanted to let everybody know, he is getting back into the new Sisters codex. So it could be a little, we may have missed some things. We may have done some things a little wrong. Let us know in the comments. Let us know. We are in the learning process. I don't play Sisters, so I couldn't really help in that regards. It's always nice when both people know a codex, because then you can kind of help each other through the process, because we play friendly here. We're cutthroat or anything like that. So, but Chris just wanted to say, you know, if there was things we missed or stratagems we should have used or stratagems we used wrong, just let us know, and you know, we'll learn from the mistakes. I do think I did note on the screen, if you watched through the whole battle report, certain you know, the pendant engines, we missed 6 up saves on them early on in the game. Looking back at the film and seeing how many he needed to get 3 6-up, I'd say he gets 1. There was an excess amount of damage being dealt there, so we don't think that would have really changed the outcome of them all falling ultimately. And then the Acts of Faith, I think later on we were looking. I think we have used too many in a couple of those turns. So, but let us know if you see something. You know, if your sisters play or whatever, let us know, and we'll learn from those mistakes. Man, is it raining? It's raining. But essentially, the Death Guard, I'm very pleased with the Death Guard of how they did. It's kind of I'm getting to terms with the codex a little bit more. There are some changes I want to try in this 1,000-point battle, so some models to be purchased. I do have off to my left here some ready primed painted stuff to add to the collection, but I do rely heavily on the firepower, and they are a bit slow. I think I mentioned it during the game. They're a little bit slow when it comes to turn 1, turn 2, getting into primary objective manufacturing business of scoring those points. If they're still around after turn 2, they've usually pushed up the field and they're in position 3, 4, and 5 to score some primaries. And if that's the case, that means they've usually done a really good job of you know, putting out casualties on the opponent, which I think you saw in this game. Again, you know, the pendant engines falling was huge. It's a first turn thing. We mentioned at the end of the game. It's the nature of the beast. You get first turn if you're set up on a certain thing. Chris was playing aggressively. You know, he was not out in the open. He was still getting his -1s, you know, cover, but it's just the nature of the beast. If you want to be aggressive and get on objectives, you're probably going to take a lot of casualties first turn. Yeah, it just happens. You know, it's the roll of the dice who gets the big number for first turn. But aside from that, they did really good. You know, the guns, even I'm very happy to see the Foot of Blight Jones actually come into their usefulness. In the past couple games, they've been kind of struggling doing some damage. But I think with the T3 Sisters, and then when the Contagion range multiplied out, and there was that cloud of Contagion, you know, bringing T3 Sisters down to T2, it was just, you're wounding on 2s, you know, dice multipliers of getting better amount of wounds, and then ultimately saves and damage. It helped out very nicely. Sister Repentia, the glorious one, blessed by the Emperor, that was very fun to watch. It's those moments in a game that you kind of remember, you know, months and years later. You know, we'll remember her for the next one to see if she truly stands up to all that firepower again. But she was an absolute beast, surviving all that. So that is that as far as Death Guard go. I would give MVP to the Plague Burst Crawlers. They did a good job holding down the right flank and the left flank. They were putting out a mass amount of damage, and there were some turns there where they weren't really rolling a lot of hits. So their potential could have even been a little better too. But I'm not going to complain about them. They definitely did their job. Blightlord Terminators, again, we'll figure them out a little bit more. We do struggle getting the charge off with the Deep Strike. That might be one unit I switch out. I know a lot of people use, you know, Death Shrouds and Blightlord Terminators, but that's one unit I want to kind of play with at 1,000 points. Maybe they're just not as useful in 1,000-point battles. I can bring in some Myphitic Blight Haulers, maybe some Chaos Spawn, something that can either put out even more shooting damage or get up the field a little faster and have more of them. So we'll see on that one. We will see on that one. Sisters of Battle, Adepta Sororitas, I think they did a good job. You know, again, the objective scoring, we're going to give MVP to the Sister Repentia, of course, but ultimately, you know, the Seraphim squads, though, probably should get the MVP just because that stratagem they used to put out mortal wounds is an absolutely great stratagem, and I think we did it right. You know, looking back after the game, it is a different phase. You know, movement. They come down in the movement phase, they shoot, they use the stratagem, and then the next phase, shooting phase, right after, they can still use that stratagem if they have the CP, which they did. Chris was kind of saving up that, I think, for that moment, and it ultimately paid off. You know, killing was a 200 plus point Terminator unit pretty much in one turn. Yeah, they fell. So that was awesome. Now Seraphim are squishy. You know, T3. Yeah, they got their 5-up impulse saves, but ultimately they did a lot of damage, and they put the pressure on late game on some of those objectives on the left flank. They ultimately fell to mortal wounds on the right flank, but Seraphim probably should get the MVP in this one. So that was that. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the battle report. If you did, like and subscribe. As always, it's always fun to see comments in the comments on the videos. One, we learn stuff. Two, we can have some fun talking about things. And you know, subscribe for sure. It does help the channel grow. We passed our 500 mark recently, so we're heading towards 1,000 now, which would be we'll kind of maybe do a little mini celebration at 1,000, just to, I think that's a good milestone, right? 1,000 for a YouTube channel, and then future and onwards and upwards from there. But it's not all about subscribers. It's about having fun. It's about playing Warhammer, and it's about building the Warhammer community. So check back next time for another battle report. We have, Chris and I were talking about possibly either Tyranids and Gene Stealer Cult. I know some people have been asking for the Gene Stealer Cult coming back. Since Chris is back in town, we are ready to play both of those armies. We're probably going to see some of my Necrons, some of my Orcs, but I think the next battle report might be with John, and we might do a Demons versus Demons or Demons versus Death Guard. Something with demons with the new codex. So I'm studying that codex pretty hard right now, and it looks like they've, at least on the Khorne side, it looks like they've gotten stronger, at least from where they were. So again, on this rainy day, tune in next time for the next battle report. Jace, Team Dark Strategy signing out.